welcome everybody to Living Room Yoga 2.0. I'm Tamara Maxim if we haven't met, and this will be a Yin Yoga practice. So if you have available to use some props for this practice, you could maybe choose a bolster, a couple of pillows, maybe a couple of blocks. If you don't have any of those things, then you can just improvise and find a way to support yourself for the next little while. If you have the opportunity to play music and you have Spotify, you can find many of my playlists on Spotify under my name, Tamara YVR. And also I'm available on Instagram and of course Facebook, and on Instagram my handle is the same as Spotify, Tamara YVR. So feel free to send me a message or give me any feedback that you like. And as all of my classes are, this will be uploaded to YouTube once we finish the class. And if you like, I have more than 100 videos on YouTube in many different styles of yoga for adults and for kids, and I hope that you can take some time to enjoy them. So tonight we will start in Shavasana, everybody's favorite pose. So take a few moments to lie down onto your back, set yourself up comfortably. Maybe my dog Honey will demonstrate. And if you like, you can put a bolster underneath your knees or some pillows underneath your thighs and lie down and relax. If it's more comfortable for you to bend your knees and place your feet flat on the mat, you can do so as well. So I'll demonstrate Shavasana. This is without bolsters, but of course you can use any kind of props that you like. And as you're here in Shavasana, start to focus in on your breath. There's a lot going on in the world around us right now. There's been a lot of changes and a lot of ways that we need to adapt that we weren't expecting. So let's use this practice to help recenter and calm ourselves and prepare for whatever's coming next by letting go of anything that's weighing us down, by releasing stress, anything that you need to do so that you can face the world with fresh eyes, with an open heart. If you like, you can place one hand onto your heart and one hand onto your abdomen, and maybe find one word or phrase for this practice this evening. It's nice to focus on something that's positive, something that's uplifting, something that you can bring with you out into the world when you leave your yoga practice. And this practice will open with 3 Brahmari breaths followed by 1 sound of Om, this sacred internal nada, that sound that's within us, that's connected to our breath, that connects us to one another and connects us to the universe that's all around us. And the Brahmari breath is a humming sound, so when we exhale it will be with the lips closed and the sound travels in and out through the nose, but you'll feel that vibration. Take a full deep inhale breath into your nose. Brahmari breath, exhale. 2 more times. Deep breath in. One more time. Inhale. And if you like, 1 sound of Om. Deep breath in. And let all of that settle into your body, into your mind, and allow yourself to be calm. Take a few more deep breaths here. Let yourself just be as you are. There's nothing to do, there's nowhere to go. Let your mind soften and stay present into your body. Last couple of breaths. Take one more full deep breath in. And maybe as you exhale, sigh out your mouth, let something go. And I'll demonstrate from this position, Shavasana. You can start to bend your knees. If your legs are extended, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. And depending on where you're practicing, some people might be in their living rooms, some people might be in their bedrooms, even a kitchen floor. Open up your arms either in a cactus shape or a T shape, whichever you have the space for. Tap your toes down just enough to jog your hips a little bit to the left side, and then allow your knees to drop to the right. You can place your right hand on your outer left thigh. You can turn your gaze over your left shoulder and come into a reclined twist. And as you're here in the twist, you start to feel that lengthening through the thigh, the outer thigh, through the torso, through the rib cage, through the chest, and across your shoulder. And if you feel as of late you've been carrying a lot in your heart and a lot as burdens on your shoulders, you're feeling weighed down, then take this opportunity to release and release even more. Let that left shoulder descend. Maybe turn your head, stretch the right side of your neck. Close your eyes if it feels good. I find there's a little bit of an irony in yoga in that we need to wind ourselves up in order to unwind. So this is one of these winding up poses where we can strip some of the blood flow through our hips and through our joints, especially through the spine. And then as you unwind, all of that rejuvenation begins to circulate through the body. So take this opportunity to wind yourself up so that you're open enough to unwind. And in the yin practice, it's easy to slip away from the body and get caught up in your thoughts. So if you find that that's happening for you, bring yourself back by simply focusing on your breath, focusing on that internal vibration, the sound of Om, or maybe your intention or your mantra for the practice. And that immediately centers you and brings you here to this moment. There's a beautiful teaching in yoga, one of the Yoga Sutras, which reminds us that yoga is here in this present moment. It's not in the past, it's not in the future. And the more you can align yourself here and now, the more you can experience these healing vibrations, this opportunity to release, this opportunity to stay present with yourself. So the worries and the stresses of the world around you aren't with you, at least in this short amount of time. And the more you can open up that window, the more time you can spend here in the present, the less impact the stresses of life around you have on your mental health, on your physical health, on your well-being. You'll take a few more deep breaths here in this twist, allowing that left shoulder to relax, allowing the knees to go a little bit deeper to the right. Maybe you have a bolster to support you. And I'll join you for the last 10 breaths or so. Each time you exhale, see if you can release a little bit more tightness around the thighs and the hips. Find a little bit more rotation through the spine. See if you can release just a little bit more in that left shoulder. And maybe you can turn your left ear just a little bit more toward the mat. Last 4 or 5 breaths, everyone. Make them deep, make them long, sigh out your mouth. Do whatever feels good in this moment. When you've completed your last few breaths here, you'll slowly unwind yourself and just stay in center for a moment. Keep your knees bent, feet flat on the mat, arms beside you, maybe palms facing up, and notice your body. How is your left feeling compared to the right? You did a little bit of stretching on the left side. Find a way to neutralize, soften into the release. And then when you're ready, release your legs so your feet are up toward the ceiling. Release your arms so your fingers are up toward the ceiling, finding reverse waterfall or Viparita Karani. And take a few rolls of your ankles and your wrists. Really luxuriate in the slowness of the movement. Maybe you go forward and back. Maybe you even start to shake, release a little bit more. And then find your way into a stillness where you're suspended as if you were floating in salt water. Maybe you can imagine your spine being embedded into the sand at the bottom of the ocean. And your arms and legs are floating like seaweed in the current, buoyant and light. And as you remain here in Viparita Karani, you start to have this sensation that all of the blood flow from your fingers and your toes comes back into the center of your body, and that's a source of nourishment and revitalization. There's no efforting here. There's nothing that you need to think about. You can just be and let the process happen naturally. The gravity pulls all that blood and energy back to the center, allowing maybe a softening of the heart and the belly. Allow yourself to feel supported from underneath, that you're being held. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Maybe the last couple, you're sighing out your mouth. Let the shoulders soften. Let there be a vocalization with your breath. Beautiful. You'll soften your knees back in toward your chest. Give yourself a loving squeeze. Maybe wrap your forearms, hold your elbows. Maybe you rock side to side. Or if it feels better, happy baby, wrapping your hands around the outer edges of your feet. And when you're ready, you'll set yourself up for spinal twist on the other side. So you can cactus your arms or out in a T shape. Tap your feet down to jog your hips a little bit to the right side, and this time your knees will go to the left. And as your knees are traveling to the left, maybe you place a bolster or a pillow between them, or maybe underneath. You can take your right arm further out to the right. Maybe you have a block or a soft cushion underneath your hand, and you can turn your gaze over your right shoulder, if that feels okay for your neck. And the left hand can be on the right thigh to guide it down. You can get a little bit deeper into the twist. And again, that idea of winding ourselves up in order to unwind ourselves is this homeopathic opportunity that we have to really heal ourselves. There's no medication for this. There's no doctor to see. It's all within you, that you can take yourself on this internal journey to help to tighten yourself up so it feels even better to unwind. And in that unwinding is when you release maybe the heaviness or the darkness of whatever burden it is that you've been carrying. All of us these days, I think, feel a sense of fatigue, working so hard against what seems like a very intense current. We're all paddling upstream trying to get somewhere. But really in this moment, you can let yourself go and make no effort to be anything or do anything. You're perfectly fine as you are here. Keep coming back to your breath, to your intention, the mantra, reminding yourself that you're okay. And just as we were in the last pose, that you're being held here. Imagine your yoga mat with the loving arms of someone that you care about. Feel that energy there with you. And as we enjoy about 10 more deep breaths here, feel free at any time to sigh out your mouth. Let any vocalizations happen. See if you can maybe take your knees a little further toward the earth. Extend your right arm just a little bit more. And maybe turn your right ear further toward the right. And allowing that rotation through the spine to occur. And it's a really wonderful opportunity in a yoga practice as you're building positive energy, as you're creating healing in your body, as you're letting go, to dedicate some of the energy generated from this practice out into the world. So right now, as we're getting toward the end of this pose where you're opening your heart and releasing and letting go, can you think of someone or somewhere that you could send this energy? Who would you like to share it with? Who do you wish you could be with right now? And I'm sure many of us have a long list of people that we would love to see. So invite them into this practice by thinking of them and sending them this beautiful thread of energy in any way that you like. Taking about 5 more deep breaths. Releasing any last bits of tension across the thighs and the hips, through your torso, through your heart. Let anything go that you're still holding on to here in this posture. Last full breath in. Sigh out your mouth if you like. And then slowly, as we did on the last side, bring yourself back to a neutral position just for a moment, lying on your back. And notice how your body is feeling here. Maybe you feel a sense of balance. Both hips are soft, your chest is open, your shoulders spacious. And then you can choose again if you like, maybe Viparita Karani, legs up and arms up, or maybe a happy baby pose, taking the knees wide, wrapping your hands around the outer edges of your feet. And this time maybe it will feel good to rock side to side. An alternative is to bring the soles of your feet together and make a basket around the outer edge of your feet as you pull the heels in toward you. Press your knees away and let the arms and shoulders lengthen. A floating variation of Baddha Konasana. Taking 5 to 6 more deep breaths here. Feeling the back softening. Feeling yourself to be at ease. It's amazing, just a few minutes of breath and quiet, how much that can benefit us, both physically and mentally. Last full deep breath here. Nice sigh out your mouth to exhale. And then again from your spine, hug your knees to your chest, rock side to side, and make your way when you're ready over to one side. So curl up, left or right side, and stay in this fetal position. In Yin, we try to find neutral positions in between each posture. As we stretch and release and open the fascia, we don't want it to rebound back quickly. Take your time. Take a few more deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, use your top hand to push yourself up, making your way onto your seat. And if you have a soft chip foam block or a small cushion, you're welcome to use that underneath your seat, as well as maybe cushions or a bolster underneath your knees, preparing for caterpillar pose, which is a gentle forward fold. So from here, extend your fingertips out to the side, sitting up nice and tall. If you have the cushion or not, try to keep your feet active. So press out through your heels and curl your toes towards you. If you're more open, maybe your legs are straight out on the mat. Feet are still active. And on your inhale breath, reach your arms up to the sky. Take a full breath to extend through your fingers. Relax your arms. And as you exhale, hinge and fold forward. Let's do that a couple times to bring in a little movement. Inhale, wave yourself up. Exhale, fold yourself down. 2 more times. Inhale, wave yourself up. Maybe you even open up, stretch back. Exhale, fold forward. Last time. Inhale, roll yourself up. Create a big Y shape with your body and your arms. And then as you exhale, fold in. And we'll stay here. Relax your head, soften your shoulders. I like to have my palms facing up. If you have something underneath your knees, then maybe you can lay your chest over your thighs. If you find yourself still quite high up, you're welcome to use some kind of props, maybe underneath your forehead if you need, or maybe the prop can come further forward towards your ankle bones or your shin bones. Maybe you feel open enough to let the forehead come right to the shins. Wherever you decide to be in this pose, caterpillar or Paschimottanasana, think of elongating the whole back line of the body. And I've often said when I teach yoga that this is one of the most important poses because you're lengthening the whole line of fascia that wraps over your heels all the way up the back of the legs, all the way up the back of the spine, and even culminating over your forehead. And in yoga, the back line of the body is our past. So this is a beautiful opportunity to curl into yourself, to turn inward, and take these few moments to release yourself from the past, to let anything go that you've been carrying that's not serving you. This posture actually, in the Hatha Yoga tradition, it dates back to the oldest ancient yogic text, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which outlines the yoga asana. So one of the very first postures that was identified by our original yogis as a way to let go and release. So as you're doing this posture, you can feel the potency of the generations upon generations, thousands of years of yogis practicing this posture with you. All of them, including you, releasing from the past so you can be here in this present moment, free of all of those burdens that you've been carrying, even if you're not aware of them. And I'll join you for the last 8 to 10 deep breaths here. And then taking about 3 or 4 more deep breaths. Maybe there's one more sigh that you could pull out a little bit more to release. When you are ready to release, take one last breath. Exhale fully. Then slowly let yourself roll up gently. You can release anything that was underneath your legs. Lean back into your hands. Bend your knees to take your feet wide and do a few windshield wipers side to side. And then maybe a moment in stillness, you can tend your fingertips, lift your chest up, shoulders back. Getting a little bit of extension through the front of the body to counteract that pose. If it feels good for some people, flatten your palms with your fingertips pointing toward your hips. Make your feet parallel, slightly forward of your knees, and take a reverse tabletop. Letting maybe the head drop back as the hips lift. Slowly bringing yourself back through neutral. Our next posture will be a hip opener. So you're welcome either to take pigeon pose, which will be with your right shin bone forward and your left leg extended back behind you, or you can take deer pose with your right knee forward and your left knee bent, either keeping your knees both at 90-degree angles, or you can hug in a little bit tighter and make more of a zigzag shape. And then from either of those variations, you might want to use a big pillow or a bolster. And what I like to do for deer pose is I'll bring the bolster parallel with my front shin and then lay down over it. But you could also add in an element of a twist by taking the bolster to the right side of you and lean to the right side. And if you're in pigeon, you can extend your left leg back behind you and still bring that bolster toward your shin bone that's forward and lay down over it, or more to the right side and twist. So allow you to choose whichever of those postures that you prefer. And we'll be here for some time, so this is a really nice posture to settle in. If there are any of you out there that are having difficulty doing the posture upright, then you can lay down onto your back and take a figure 4 shape. So you'll cross your right ankle over your left knee, maybe keep your left foot down, or hug your knee to your chest by holding behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin bone. You can find the perfect spot for you to pull your left knee more to the right or left, whichever works. And as you're pulling the left knee in, the right knee is actively pushing away if you like, or you can relax it. So all of those hip openers, getting into the right side of the hip. This is maybe our more active side. For some of us, our more dominant side, for a lot of us. And our hips are kind of our emotional junk drawer of the body. They're the biggest joint. We can hold a lot there. They're very strong. So we tend to stash a lot away in that area, the pelvic region. So if your hips are feeling tight right now, again, come back to your breath. Come back to that vocalization, that ha, to release. Give yourself permission to let go. I'll join you with the upright pigeon and then lowering down. Taking about 10 more deep breaths here. Last few. Use the power of the sigh, or even the Brahmari breath. As you're ready to release this pose, if you're in deer pose, maybe you can sit yourself up and push yourself into tabletop. From pigeon pose, you can push yourself to tabletop. If you're on your back, maybe roll to your side and push up. We'll move through a few rounds of cat and cow just to release the spine. So as you're ready, tailbone up, tummy down, chest up. Really taking your time. As you exhale, maybe untuck your toes, round your spine, chin to your chest. Again, moving through the inhalation, tuck your toes, tailbone up, tummy down, chest up. This time, if you like, as you untuck your toes, round your spine, pull back, your hips moving toward your heels, round your shoulders, fingertips tented. One more full round for the inhalation, palms down, toes tucked. And exhale. And we'll move to the second side of either deer pose or pigeon. So you can set yourself up. This time the left knee will come forward. For pigeon, your right leg will be back behind you, and using the bolster on your right side or your left side for the twist. For deer pose, you can bend your right knee to meet your left or have more 90-degree angles with your legs. And again, use the bolster parallel with your shin bone or off to the left. And for those of you coming into the supine variation, you'll bend your right leg, cross your left ankle over your right thigh, and pull your right knee in, either holding behind the thigh or in front of the shin, or even keeping your right foot down. And you can activate your outer left knee, pushing it away if that feels good. And finding your entry point into this posture, thinking of it as a little bit of deep cleaning of this emotional junk drawer of the hips, of the pelvic region. So often we shy away from these places in the body. Oh, it's just bothering me today. Or, yeah, it was bothering me for a little while, but then it went away. But these things keep coming back. And as I said, we have the ability to heal ourselves through these positions, these asanas, through our breath. Most importantly, by staying present. So stay present with yourself and notice where you need to adjust, where you can go a little deeper. And then settle in. And if you find again yourself in the stillness and the quiet, getting sidetracked and thinking about other things, please bring yourself back so you get the maximum effect of the present, of this practice. And you give yourself the opportunity to experience the fullness of letting go. Together we'll take about 10 more deep breaths here. I'll join you. Last few deep breaths. Last two. Take a big inhale. Sigh out your mouth as you exhale. Then one more inhale. And let something go. Then as you're ready, unwind yourself in any way that you need. And again, we'll make our way into a tabletop position. This time extending your left leg back behind you. Rock yourself back and forth. As you're ready, take a lot of time to get here. And again, right knee lifts off the mat, right foot behind you, rock back and forth. And if you like, either you can take downward facing dog or child pose or puppy pose. This is puppy pose. Knees underneath the hips, forehead down, arms extended. Child pose is hips to heels, arms beside you, forehead down, or arms extended. And downward dog, tucking your toes, lifting your hips back and up, pedaling out your heels a few times. So you decide which would be a neutralizing posture for you right now. Where do you need to move and stretch? Where do you need to open up a little bit more? So take about 5 or 6 breaths in your choice of pose. And we'll meet on our backs, preparing for a little bit of gentle back bending. So taking your time to get there, no rush. As you're ready, making your way down onto your back. And if you have a block, it can be probably on the first setting, maybe the second setting. You'll set yourself up so your block is underneath your sacrum for a supported bridge pose. And if you want to be a little bit higher, you can turn it on the second setting. I wouldn't recommend the third setting for the yin practice because it's kind of a long hold. It might start to get uncomfortable. So choose what works for you. And arms can be beside you, palms facing up. Close your eyes if you like. And allow this gentle downward flow of energy in toward the center through your thighs. And then this pooling of energy toward the heart. It's a gentle inversion. Let the shoulders relax open. Creating now an opening through your belly and through your heart. We're finding a way to let the feet feel grounded. Let your sacrum press down into whatever is underneath it so you feel that surrender. You're not trying to hold yourself up. And then the shoulders rolling open, softening down the sides of the clavicle, spreading open through the rib cage around the heart. Taking any opportunities to exhale with a sigh. And then settling in here. We'll take about 10 more deep breaths together. Taking your last 3 or 4 breaths. And feel the deep sense of connection of yourself into the earth below you. You're being held and supported here. Your last deep breath in, see if you can ripple energy up through your heart, and as you exhale, allow it to blossom open just a little bit more. When you're ready to release, press down through your feet enough to lift your hips up and slide that block out from underneath you. Let the soles of your feet together, knees come out wide. Maybe you place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and take some deep breaths here. If it's necessary, you can put some blocks or cushions underneath your knees. Or if you feel like you just need a little bit more support. Continuing to anchor yourself here through the breath, through your intention. And using these breaths as a bit of a scan, traveling through your body. Release any tension, any stress, any worries with the exhalation. And then when you're ready, you can close your knees together. Give yourself a squeeze, hug into your chest, maybe rock side to side. And before we move into Shavasana, I will guide you through Yoga Nidra, which is yogic sleep. It's a deep guided meditation where hopefully you can stay awake, but totally understandable if you fall asleep, because that happens to me when I practice Yoga Nidra often. So set yourself up in the way that you would like Shavasana to happen. Maybe you lie down like we did at the beginning. Maybe you have a big cushion underneath your thighs. Maybe your arms are laid out beside you with your palms facing up. Maybe you cover yourself with a blanket. So take a few moments to get comfortable in that position. Maybe you thought this through and put on some pajamas before the class. And then when you're ready for Yoga Nidra, close your eyes. Find yourself in a place of stillness, but awareness. Take a full breath in. See if you can fill up your whole body all at once. And then exhale, sigh, and release everything all at once. Your next breath in, let your awareness travel down your body all the way to your left big toe. Take a breath in and relax your left big toe. And then start to bring your awareness to your second toe. And relax your second toe, your third toe, your fourth toe, and your pinky toe. Relax all of your toes. bring your awareness to your left foot, the sole of your foot, the top of your foot, to your heel, and even your ankle. And relax your whole left foot all at once. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, bring your awareness to your left leg, your calf, your shin, your knee, your hamstring and your thigh, and even your hip. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, relax your left leg completely. Feel the heaviness of your foot and your leg, like sandbags melting down into your mat. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, bring your awareness to your right big toe, all the way down to the tip of your toe. And as you exhale, relax your big toe. Take another breath in, bring your awareness as you exhale to your second toe and relax. And your third toe, your fourth toe, and even your right pinky toe. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, relax all of your toes on your right foot. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bring your awareness to your right foot, the top of your foot, the sole of your foot, your heel, and even your ankle. And take another breath in, and as you exhale, relax your entire right foot. Take a breath in and bring your awareness to your right leg, your calf, your shin, your hamstring, your thigh and your knee, even your hip. Take another full breath in, and as you exhale, relax your entire right leg. Feel the heaviness and the depth of relaxation of both of your feet and both of your legs, as if they were so deeply embedded into the mat and the earth below you, you couldn't even lift them up. Now take another breath in. And as you breathe out, bring your awareness to your torso. So your hips, your pelvis, your belly, your mid-back, your lower back. Take another full breath in. And as you exhale, relax your entire torso. Feel your hips softening. Feel your torso widening. Feel your belly soften and relax in toward the back side. Feel your lower back and mid-back broadening. And take another breath in. As you exhale, bring your awareness to your upper back, to your chest, to the thoracic spine. Take another full breath in, and as you exhale, relax from the front of your upper spine to the back. So through your rib cage, through your heart and lungs, the back of your spine, the back of your ribs. Take a full breath in and see if you can relax from the top of your chest all the way down to your pelvis. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, bring your awareness to your left fingertips. Relax all of your fingers, your thumb, your second finger, your third finger, your fourth finger, and your pinky finger. Relax your whole finger from the knuckle where it meets your hand all the way to the tip of your nail. Take another breath in, bring awareness to your hand, the palm of your hand, the back of your hand to your wrist. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, relax your entire hand from your wrist all the way to the tips of your fingernails. Take a full breath in and bring your awareness to your left arm, to your forearm, to your elbow, to your upper arm, even to the shoulder. And take a full breath in, and as you exhale, relax your entire left arm and let that relaxation travel through your hand and your fingertips. Take another full breath in. As you exhale this time, bring your awareness to your right fingertips. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, relax your thumb, your second finger, your third finger, your fourth finger. Relax your pinky. See if you can relax all the way from your knuckles where it meets your hand to the tip of your fingernails. Take another full breath in. Bring your awareness to your hand as you exhale. The palm of your hand, the top of your hand, even your wrist. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, relax your entire right hand from your wrist all the way to the tips of your fingernails. Take another breath in and bring your awareness to your right arm, to your forearm, to your elbow, to your upper arm, and even your shoulder. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, relax your entire right arm from your shoulder all the way to the end of your fingertips. Your next breath in, sense that relaxation from your shoulders all the way down your spine, through your arms, through your legs, a sensation of deep relaxation. Your whole body heavy, embedded deeply into the mat, embedded deeply into the earth below you as you're being held. Take another breath in. Bring your awareness to your neck. Front of your neck, the sides, the back, the inside of your neck, your throat. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, soften and relax your neck, especially where it connects to your shoulders, especially where it connects to the base of your head. Take a full breath in, bring your awareness to your head, starting with your chin and your jaw, traveling around the back to the very top of your neck, traveling over the back of your head to the crown and your forehead. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, bring your awareness to your face. Soften your forehead and your eyes, your cheeks and your jaw, even the eyes and the sockets and the tongue in your mouth. Relax everything in your head all at once. Take a full breath in and use that breath to scan through your body, traveling from your toes, up your spine, through your arms, through your fingers, right to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, can you breathe and relax everything all at once? Again, take a breath in. Fill up awareness through your entire body like you're a crystal vessel filling with light. And as you exhale, let that light shine brightly all at once. And please stay here and enjoy this feeling of relaxation for as long as you like. Transition smoothly into Shavasana. Let this feeling of relaxation and calm radiate from you past the mat, past the walls of your home, and out into the world as far as you can imagine. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. Take good care of yourselves. Please stay connected. Let's meet again on our mats. Namaste.